In this segment, we turn our attention to conducting productive interviews. While your reading provided some do's and don'ts, there are some other common rating errors of which everyone should be aware. We have our field reporter standing by to look at some of the more common rating errors often seen in the interviewing process.
Thanks. There are several common rating errors. For example, the halo effect is when an interviewer generalizes, either positively or negatively, a candidate's overall ranking based on a single attribute. For example, one of the candidates attended Harvard University. An interviewer could consider that positively or negatively based on Harvard's prestige. The fact the member went to Harvard should not be a major factor in the hiring decision. It's important not to make a decision based solely on one attribute. Another common rating error is stereotyping. This occurs when an interviewer attributes traits or characteristics based on sex, race, ethnic group, religion, creed, or any other grouping. An example of this is considering a female candidate not as able to do warehouse work at the same level as a male employee based solely on the candidate being female.
Those are great examples of areas to avoid. Are there any specific rating errors when interviews are conducted by a panel?
Definitely. While the halo effect and stereotyping can occur in a panel as well as in a one-on-one interview, there are some rating errors to avoid. Leniency and harshness are two of those errors. If a panel member rates everyone on either end of the scale being overly lenient or harsh, then an accurate assessment is not going to be achieved. Or having central tendency, where the ratings all fall in the middle, has the same effect. Another one is contrast errors. These occur when the ratings of one candidate are influenced positively or negatively when compared to another candidate's performance. Each candidate should be rated against the objective criteria set for the process, and not in comparison with other candidates.
But doesn't a selecting official have to compare the candidates to make the hiring decision?
Once the interviews are completed, the selecting official will look at all the scores and other criteria being used to make the decision. But when actually interviewing the member and scoring the candidates, they should be scored against the criteria, and again, not in comparison to other candidates.
Great advice. Another solid report. Please make sure to take a look at the tools of the trade for other important information concerning fair and equitable hiring, merit system principles, and affirmative action. Thank you for viewing. This has been a production of CPMC News.